All right, it's David. My name is David from Olive Lyrics. I'm gonna go over my pre-trip inspection, my engine compartment, and my A form and part of my B form. Uh, I got stabbed, so haven't been here. Anyway, okay, here we go. See how rusty I am. It's my alternator. Secured and mounted, not bent, not broken, not cracked, no illegal welds. It's not missing any hardware, and there's no burn marks from an internal arc. My belt is at 3/4 inch give or play. It is gear driven. My hoses or my housing around my electrical lines that are coming off my alternator are secured and mounted, not missing any hardware. There's no burns or legal tape. Fully functional. Okay, my water pump is my water pump is secured and mounted, not bent, not broken, not cracked, not missing any hardware. This water pump is gear driven. It's fully functional. There's no abrasions, bubbles, or cuts on the hoses. There's no leaks. Everything's fully functional. Okay, on my brake chamber, secured and mounted, not bent, not broken, not cracked. No illegal welds. It's not leaking. It's not missing any hardware. My ABS line, which is this hose right here, it's coming off of the brake chamber. It's secured and mounted, not bent, not broken, not cracked, not missing any housing. There's no legal tape, and there's no burns. Fully functional. My hose coming off it has no abrasions, bubbles, or cuts. It's not leaking. My slack adjuster, secured and mounted, not broken, not bent, not cracked. No illegal welds. It's not missing any hardware. When the brakes are applied, there is 1 inch give, and when they are released, it is 2 inches give. Okay, here's my brake. The inside of my tire, my brake lining. It's secured and mounted, not bent, not broken, not cracked. No illegal welds. No discoloration from heavy brake riding, and it's fully functional. It's not missing any hardware. My brake drum, my brake drum, my brake pad is secured and mounted, not bent, not broken, not cracked, not missing any hardware. There's no illegal welds, and the amount of material on my brake pad is 1/4 inch. Not any more, not any less. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and step around to the front of the truck now. Okay, this is the front of my truck. My truck is not leaning to the left or the right, indicating that the suspension and the air in the tires is at proper working order. Underneath my truck, there's no hanging material, no hoses, no loose connections, etc. Fully functional. Underneath my hood compartment or where my engine is, there's no material on the ground, no leaking, nothing like that, indicating that my reservoirs are all sealed and there's no cracks. Okay. My license plate is secured and mounted, not bent, not broken, not cracked, fully functional, not missing any hardware. Actually, this one is, but on the original truck there won't be. Fully functional, registration's up to date, and it's visible. Fully functional. Okay, my headlights are secured and mounted, as well as my overhead lights. They're both secured and mounted. They're not missing any hardware. They're not bent, broken, or cracked. They're amber and clear in color, and they're all fully functional. There's no stickers, no obstructions, and they're visible. Excuse me, guys. Okay, here we go. Here's my reservoirs. All my reservoirs are fully functional, secured and mounted, not bent, not broken, not cracked. They are at the proper fluid level. All hoses and connections coming off them are secured and mounted. There's no leaks. There's no abrasions, bubbles, or cuts. And the fluid levels are all at the proper level for operating. All caps are secured and tight. Fully functional. Okay. Here's my drive shaft. My drive shaft is secured and mounted, not bent, not broken, not cracked, no illegal welds. Fully functional. Rotates properly. It's connected to my gearbox. My gearbox is secured and mounted to the frame. Not bent, not broken, not cracked, no illegal welds. Fully functional, and it's not leaking. The hoses coming off of my gearbox, which are connected to my power steering fluid reservoir, is secured and mounted. Not bent, not broken, not cracked. There's no abrasions, bubbles, or cuts. No missing hardware. There's no leaks. Cap is on tight. Everything's fully functional. And once again, this is a gearbox. It's gear driven. It's not leaking. Okay, my oil dipstick, secured and mounted, not bent, not broken, not cracked. The oil's at the proper level, fully functional. Okay, let me see. My pitman arm is secured and mounted, secured to the gearbox, not bent, not broken, not cracked. Not bent, not broken, not cracked. Not missing any hardware. There's no illegal welds. It's connected to my drag link. My drag link is secured and it's fully functional. My drag link is secured and mounted, not bent, not broken, not cracked. No illegal welds. Not missing any hardware. It's fully functional. And it's also connected with a cotter pin and a clevis. Both there. My leaf springs. Okay, my leaf springs are secured and mounted, not bent, not broken, not cracked. No illegal welds. They are not shifting, and there is no. They're both held down by U-bolts. Both secured and mounted, not missing any hardware in the entire piece. Fully functional. There's no shifting, I already said that, okay. My shock absorber is secured and mounted. It's secured and mounted to the frame, not missing any, secured and mounted, not bent, not broken, not cracked, not missing any hardware, and it's not leaking. My shock absorber is connected to the frame and to the top of the leaf spring. Okay. Do my brake chambers. Okay, my air compressor. I'm sorry. My air compressor is secured and mounted, not bent, not broken, not cracked, not missing any hardware. It's not leaking. All hoses and fittings are coming off of my air compressor are secured and mounted, not missing any hardware. No abrasions, bubbles, or cuts. They are not leaking. Everything is tight and secure, fully functional. Okay, so here we go. This is my front tire. My front tire is secured and mounted, not bent, not broken, not cracked. It's secured to the axle. The axle is secured and mounted, not missing any hardware, as well as my rim, not missing any hardware. My rim is butted up evenly against my tire. Proper working order. My tire itself is at 90 to 100 PSI. That's fully functional, not leaking. No abrasions, bubbles, or cuts on my tire. My tire is worn evenly. It's at 430 seconds tread depth. My valve stem is intact, not missing any hardware, not bent, not broken, not cracked. It's not leaking. My rim itself and my tire, the lug nuts are secured and mounted, not bent, not broken, not cracked, no illegal hardware. They're not missing any nuts, and there's no shiny metal or rust indicating they might be loose. Fully functional. My hub seal is secured and mounted, not bent, not broken, not cracked, not leaking. It's at the proper fluid level. Secured, mounted, and fully functional. My mirror on my side mirror mount on my front driver door is secured and mounted. It's not bent, not broken, not cracked, not missing any hardware. Fully functional. In operating condition. My mirrors themselves are secured and mounted. They're not bent, not broken, not cracked. They're fully visible. They are set to my driving standards. There's no illegal stickers on my mirrors. Fully functional. Okay, my door itself is secured and mounted, not bent, not broken, not cracked, not missing any hardware. My weather stripping around my door is intact. It's not leaking. No dry rot. My door itself is well lubricated. It opens and closes properly. The latch opens and closes properly. Locks and unlocks properly. Fully functional. Okay, my side stairs, secured and mounted, not bent, not broken, not cracked, no illegal welds. There's not missing any hardware. They're held on by two straps that are held onto the frame. Secured and mounted. And there's no obstructions and no loose material on my stairs. No leak, no fluids, and no obstructions. Everything is secured and mounted, fully functional. My tank is secured and mounted with 3 metal straps onto the frame. Secured and mounted, not bent, not broken, not cracked, no illegal welds. Fully functional, no missing hardware. My fuel tank is at its proper operating level. My cap is on secure, and it has a safety chain, so I won't lose my cap. Secured and mounted, fully functional. Okay, my side blinking lights are fully functional, secured and mounted on the side of the cab. They are amber in color. They're visible, not missing any hardware, not cracked or broken. Fully operational. Okay. Here's one of my air compressors. Fully functional, secured and mounted, not bent, not broken, not cracked, no illegal welds, not leaking. All hoses coming off of my air compressor are no abrasions, no bubbles, no cuts. Fully functional. Okay, my frame is not bent, not broken, not cracked. There's no illegal hardware. There's no illegal welds, and it's not missing any hardware. Straight. My catwalk is secured and mounted, not bent, not broken, not cracked, not missing any hardware. No obstructions on top of my catwalk, such as, debris, oil, slippery stuff, none of that. Secured and mounted, fully functional. Okay, my glad hands. Yeah, this is my service line. My service line is fully functional. Secured and mounted, not bent, not broken, not cracked, no abrasions, bubbles, or cuts. It's not missing any hardware, and it's not leaking. And my grommet is in place for the seal, and the seal is proper. There's no leaks, and the safety latch closes and opens and closes properly, locks and unlocks properly, fully functional. My electrical line is my green line. It is secured and mounted, not bent, not broken, not cracked. It has no electrical malfunctions such as illegal tape or burn marks. It closes and it opens and closes properly, latches and unlocks properly. Secured and mounted, fully functional. It's not missing any hardware. Okay, this is my, I fucking forgot what the fuck this is. This is my, it's my hanger. Okay, my hanger. My hanger is secured and mounted, not bent, not broken, not cracked, not missing any hardware. No illegal welds, fully functional. Okay, this is my leaf spring again. We went over the leaf springs already. There's my brake chamber right here. Went over my brake chamber already. I'll go over my brake chamber back here once again. My brake chamber is secured and mounted, not bent, not broken, not cracked, no illegal welds. It's not leaking. All hoses coming off of my brake chamber are in proper working order. There's no abrasions, bubbles, or cuts. None of them are leaking. They're all connected and fitted properly, strong, tight, and secured, fully functional. Okay, so we got my muffler right here, my exhaust system. My exhaust system right here is secured and mounted, not bent, not broken, not cracked, no illegal welds. There's no leaks. You could tell there was a leak if there's any black marks or soot coming out of any of the position or any of the part of the exhaust system. It's fully functional and operating properly. Okay, these are my rear tires. My rear tire is secured and mounted, not bent, not broken, not cracked, no illegal welds. They are butted up against each other evenly. There is no obstructions in the middle of these two tires. No, nothing is getting caught. There's no obstructions. The tires themselves are butted up against each other evenly, secured and mounted. Okay, my tire itself is not missing any hardware. It's secured and mounted. All lug nuts are present. No missing hardware. There's no rust and no shiny metal indicating they might be loose. These are all tight. My rim itself is butted up against the tire evenly, secured and mounted, proper working order. My tire itself has no abrasions, bubbles, or cuts. It's not leaking. Proper working order, secured and mounted. The tire depth, tread depth is 2/32 of an inch deep. It's worn evenly. It's at the proper PSI level, which is 90 to 100 PSI. My valve stem is secured and mounted, not bent, not broken, not cracking. It's not leaking. It's working properly. Secured and mounted, fully functional. Okay, this is my slide rail. The slide rail is connected to, it holds the fifth wheel in place, and underneath the slide rail is connected to the frames. Okay, everything is secured and mounted right here. Secured and mounted, not missing any hardware, no illegal welds. It's not bent, broken, or cracked. Everything is in proper working order. My fifth wheel itself is secured and mounted to the slide rail, which is connected to the frame. Secured and mounted, not bent, not broken, not cracked, no illegal welds, not missing any hardware. Plus, on top of my fifth wheel is properly greased, and if the trailer was set on top of it, there would be no space at all. It would be completely flush against each other. Okay, it's in the lock position right now. My fifth wheel lock is in proper working order. It locks and unlocks properly. Everything's fully functional. Okay, what else do I got here? Okay, my brake chamber, my brake drums are right here. My brake drums are secured and mounted, not bent, not broken, not cracked. Not missing any hardware. They're not leaking. There's no abrasions, bubbles, or cuts, and they are fully functional. Okay, here's my torque arm. My torque arm is secured and mounted, not bent, not broken, not cracked. No illegal welds. It's not missing any hardware. If this was bent, that would mean and indicate my tire or my frame has been in an accident, but it has not. So this is straight. Secured and mounted, no missing hardware, fully functioning. Okay, that was a real loose interpretation. I think I missed something. My hangers, maybe. I did miss my hangers in the front. I didn't go over the brake chambers over the whole thing. In the back, I didn't. But other than that, I think I did okay for being my first time back in 3 or 4 months. I didn't go to my windshield and my wipers. Let me see. Let's do that real quick. Okay, my windshield and wipers. Hopefully your windows do not look like this, because if you do, you're going to run into something. Anyways, secured and mounted, not bent, not broken, not cracked. They are in place. They're not missing any hardware. There's no cracks, no illegal stickers. My windows would regularly be clean and working properly and completely visible. Okay, and the sealant around my window is secured and mounted, and there's no dry rot, and it doesn't leak. Okay, my windshield wipers are secured and mounted, not bent, not broken, not cracked. The windshield wiper blade itself is flush against the window. There's no dragging, no scratching. It works and rotates properly up and down and cleans my window like it's supposed to. Thank you. Everything's working properly. Let's see what else. I could get more in depth with the slack adjusters and the whole working mechanism of the slack adjuster if I want to, but I think I'm at passing grade right now. There's also the torque arm once again. Secured and mounted, not bent, not broken, not cracked, no illegal welds, and it's straight. If it wasn't, that means the frame was in an accident. Okay, other than that, we're good to go for now. That was class A, or that was my form A. Maybe I got a couple points deducted. You know, I'm not perfect. The point is, you got to keep trying. And the one thing you want to never be afraid of, in my opinion, is that first test I'm going to take. If I fail, all it's going to do for me, all that first test is going to do for me if I fail is let me know where I need to study harder at, so next time it's easy. That's all it's going to do. You got 3 shots. I'm telling myself this like a teacher, but it's very important. You don't want to get discouraged. I definitely don't want to get discouraged. If you fail, you got 2 more shots, and they're going to point out to you where the fuck you're going to mess up at so you can study it harder. Anyways, that's about it. So I got to get back to, I got to start getting here earlier again. I was getting here at 6 when I was studying, and I got stabbed in fucking, or whatever. I got stabbed in that fucking arm. Fucking dude threw me off. Anyway. All right, so that's what's up, bro. That's the business right there. All right, that's the business. All right, so I'm going back to the bus stop now, I guess. I think so. What time is it?